What's up, guys? Welcome back. Okay, these really are not working for me. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great week. As you guys may have seen from my last video, we won our match this past weekend. We beat Zenit St. Petersburg 3-2. They are currently in 4th, and we are currently sitting in 5th in the Russian league. All right, guys, I'm very excited for today's video. Today, we're going to be watching USA against Japan from the 2019 Women's World Cup. But we are going to be watching the defense from both teams. So I am going to be focusing on defensive technique, defensive positioning, defensive strategy, all of it, because I love watching both of these teams and specifically their defense. Let's get into it. All right, we're going to be watching parts of the 4th set here because I think this was the most exciting set. Nice serve down the line. Great angle on that pass. Nice, right in that seam, so you can see that 2 defenders for USA right there. Get it right in that seam. Great positioning for those Japanese hitters. Okay, layout by the Libero. See what USA does here. Yeah, so USA definitely has an advantage in the middle just with their size. Our middles are so freaking physical and good and just great volleyball players, and they just have a great size advantage over those Japanese middles. Another serve down the line. I should watch their passing too. Sick block, Chiaka. She's so quick. High ball, let's see. Good block setup. Right back defender is outside the right hand of the right side blocker. Courtney, the libero for USA, is outside of the left hand. Kelsey is right in the middle of the court. You'll see that for USA defense, they tend to stay right in the middle, reading behind the block. Nice up outside of the block. Great up by Japan. So you're going to see, let's see Japan, a little bit different of a system. For this play, pretty much the same, but they're going to have to play a little bit behind the block just because the USA hitters can go, can I speak better? Can go over the block. So great up there. A little bit tight. Ooh, the pipe. Wow, I am surprised that tip went down. Tips don't go down against Japan very often. Another serve down the line. Got him out of system. Again, defenders outside of the block. Pretty good depth. You're going to see Bart, she's kind of defending her face there, but she's going to go under for tips. Great touch. No! Okay, setters. Don't take this ball. Look how high in the air it is. Another defender can take that ball. A lot of free balls coming back for USA. Great up. Let's see this positioning. Off blocker comes off, ready to move forward. Sick up. Yes, Courtney. Megan, I know her. Outside that block, great move into the court. Ooh, was that a touch? Yep. Nice rally. I think with these two teams, we're going to see a lot of long rallies. High ball. A little bit of a seam, but you can see number 28, is that 28 or 20, is sitting right in that seam. Great positioning. Yep, perfect dig. And again, Kelsey in a great spot too. You can see she takes a little step right in that seam. Great move to her right. All right, high ball. Let's pause it right there. Ooh, what a move by 28 here. Oh, so they didn't get the dig, but you can see that the setter for Japan, number 4, or is that the opposite? I'm not sure. She's a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller of a blocker. So on this high ball where there's not that much of a seam open, number 28 in position 6 is going to rotate to the right because she knows that Barge, or the USA spiker there, can hit over her high hand. So she's going to move over and try to protect that corner. I think, yeah, so there was a touch, and it was a great swing by Michelle there. One blocker up. See, you see how all the defenders are outside of the blocker? That's because it's a strategy, but it's also knowing that these Japanese hitters are probably not going to go over the American block. So the defenders go outside of the block, hoping that they can kind of dig the seams or around the block there. But the hitter hit into the block. All right, high ball, two blockers up. Let's see where they are. Yeah, so Megan Courtney, the libero, is outside of the block. Kelsey Robinson is playing off blocker defense, gets outside of the block as deep as she can, but I love that her arms are out ready for that quick hit. Nice hit by the Japanese spiker. Look at those Japanese defenders. Feet are wide, in that ready position, ready to move in any way, and they're so balanced. I don't know how they do that. That's incredible. Ready to get those digs. Perfect dig. And the American block, just shutting them down. I mean, that's a pretty big advantage for USA here. So steady in passing. Go. Love that off blocker by the middle. Wasn't in the play to block, but she got there for the tip. Woo! Also, that was a nice dig by Megan Courtney. Dang, how did she read that seam? Nice. See, the minute this Japanese libero sees this offset right there, you can see Barch's hand kind of go up for the tip. She's making a move in. That's definitely a cue as a defender. When their hand goes up, it's probably going to be a tip. 9 serving 5. Oh, I can't get over these passes. Ah! What happened here? Kind of just a mishit. Those are pretty effective. Right inside. Woo! Sick dig right inside that block. Ooh. Nice. Just giving up their bodies, getting into the court, making insane defensive plays. I love how ready they are. Oh, Chiaka. Bye-bye. Nice up. Great depth there to be outside the block and deep. Karsta. Great serve. High ball. Let's see. Again, really nice American block there. USA block. High, covering the seam. Actually, there's kind of a triangle. But you can see again, all the defenders are outside the block, and the defender in position 6 is deep, looking for high hands, ready to move in either direction. Go. Weird. Oh, what? Wow, those Japanese players are good tippers. I know they practice it. But you can see that Kelsey in position 4 kind of went for the tip. Poulter, the setter, kind of went for the tip, but it was a little bit deeper, so they just weren't in the right position to get that. But I like that they were moving in that direction. Nice up. We'll watch that one again. Ah, Kelsey, you got that. Let's watch this defense by. How do I do slow-mo? Here we go. So she gets balanced, takes a pretty good hop there, but her arms are out. They come together pretty early, but I'm not going to critique that because these players are so good. But look how she gets under that ball and pops it straight up. She doesn't put it over the net. Such a great play, great flexibility and strength in order to make that dig. Nice up, Karsta. I gotta watch this one again. Love that she moved in. Her arms were kind of already together, but the ball's coming pretty fast. Way to pop that one up. High ball for Japan. Look at them. I mean, great positioning by all of them. Number 7 playing over the block. Number 4 outside the block, the libero outside of the left hand. Just already they're all taking these little hops, which I don't mind. But when you do hop in defense, make sure it's quick. And for the most part, you want it to be balanced. Great touch. Just everywhere, Japan. And the tool of the block. That is vintage Japanese volleyball. All right, what are they going to do? Oh, ah! Oh, that is the opposite. Okay. Nice block, Kelsey. Way to just be over the net, taking up space. Nice play, middle. Way to pop that up. I don't know. Woo! Yes, Megan. Let's see. Where is she? Right outside the block. See how her elbows come a little bit back? I would prefer, I do it too, for them to be a little bit more out. But she obviously gets them out quick enough. On that little hop, she brings them out to make that dig. Okay, Japanese libero in the perfect spot. And USA with the block. I feel like we've seen that play before. 15 serving 18. Oh, that was my ankle. Nice pass, Kelsey. Okay, I mean, I don't know how they even get in these positions sometimes to dig these balls. Let's watch this one again. Pause. Again, in that seam, over the middle blocker because she's a little bit late. Pretty big hops. Maybe that's like a key to Japanese defense, is to take these aggressive hops to be like ready to move. 20 serving 15. Where's our off blocker? Let's see Karsta's move here. Was she supposed to... So she got off, made a good move off the net, but she didn't think about going in for that tip. Pretty freaking nasty tip though. 17 serving 20, getting closer here. Always ready, blockers, with those weird bang bang plays. Nice up, Megan. Nice control by that. Is that the setter? 19 serving 20. Dang, Japan's getting some pretty good soft blocks here. Ooh. So this is one of the tough things for the Japanese defenders. So you're going to see that they're creeping in. They're all pretty shallow, knowing that Karsta, the USA opposite, can kind of crush the ball around, maybe over the block. So they're creeping in, and the block gets a decent touch and it goes deep. So that's one thing that is going to be challenging for Japan, because they're so used to charging in with a smaller block and making these incredible defensive plays. But the ones that go a little bit deeper are going to be pretty hard for them. Yes, Jordan. Perfect spot right here. Look at that. Inside the block. Pretty good depth. Balanced and ready. Gets her arms out. Textbook. And she just subbed into the game. 20 serving 22. Nice, Courtney. What happened? Did they hit the net? Yep. Way to just get in there and sacrifice your body and go for it. That's what you need on these overpasses. 23-20. All right, let's just watch the rest of this set. Nice play. Way to be... Ah! Again, great positioning by USA here, but just a pretty nasty, hard cross-court shot. Tough to dig. 21-23. Nice pass. Woo! Just out. Are you kidding? 22-23. Nice hand pass. Oh, the solo block on Haley, that does not happen very often. You can see she just gets in the seam. She's alone. She knows she got to take some space. That was actually a tool, but Haley was in the way. 23 all. USA passing pretty good. Woo! Okay, we're watching that one again. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. Look at this. Right in the seam. Shallow, like 6 meters from the net. In that seam. Gets balanced and low and ready. That was a sick dig. I mean, it went over the net, but still, I don't care. Set point, Japan with the comeback. Again, nice up. Where is she even standing? Over the block in the seam. Look at these hops. Look, just super synchronized. Can we watch this one again? Down, all for the hop, and ready to dig. There is something going on here. Ah, Megan, you're in a good spot. Wow. First of all, incredible defense. Second of all, crazy comeback by Japan to win that set, 25-23. All right, guys, pretty entertaining set there. Japan with the great comeback to win the fourth, but USA ended up winning 15-8 in the fifth. At the World Cup, you could see a great atmosphere. It's always fun to play in Japan. Two things about defense. The first is all about positioning. You could see I talked about positioning in this video a lot, and that's because it is so important with the speed of the game, the speed of the ball, the speed of these hits. You have to be in great spots to be able to dig the ball. So in general, on defense, you really want to be able to see the ball, be outside the block so you can see the hitter, see the ball, because most likely the hitter's going to want to avoid the block. Now, if there is a big block up or you're in position 6 where the block is right in front of you, you may want to shade over the smaller blocker, or you're going to want to know the tendency of the hitter and shade that way. So there's different little tips and tricks that you can do on defense to put yourself in the right spot. The second thing I want to talk about is that little pre-hop that the Japanese defenders were doing in sync, on point, together, all at the same time. That was pretty incredible to watch. Clearly, Japan is teaching that. That's a technique that these players are learning. And it's interesting because I'm pretty sure in USA, we don't teach this. It's actually frowned upon to take that big of a pre-hop because we say that you're going to be late or you're going to be off balance. So it's interesting to know that there's not one way to play defense or to play volleyball in this world. Both these teams are successful and great defensive teams doing completely different techniques and strategies throughout the game. I'm a huge defense nerd. I'm a huge volleyball nerd. I love to see it all. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, anything about defense that you can take to your next practice or match and hopefully improve on your individual defensive game. Get out, play some volleyball, dig some balls, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.